Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over the different types of looms that are on the market today. I'm going to split this up into different sections. We're going to be going over the CinDwood Looms. We're going to be going over KB looms and cottage looms. So, stay tuned. Okay guys, are you ready to learn about CinDwood Looms? Okay, let's talk CinDwood crafts. There are so many different types of looms from CinDwood crafts that are available. It depends on whether or not you're wanting to do afghans, you're wanting to do small flat panels, dishcloths, you're wanting to do gloves 2 at a time. You're wanting to do gloves 1 at a time. Maybe you're wanting to do a towel with small yarn. Maybe you're wanting to do a sock. The list goes on and on and on. I will include a little clip here that shows the many looms that are offered on their website. But in the meantime, let's just talk about a few that I have. I have way too many to actually show you, but I will do separate videos of different things, okay? So we're going to start with the S-looms. The concept behind the S-loom is so that you can do a type of afghan. You can either do them across the pegs, skipping the marked ones, and do like a double knit fashion, or you can go all the way around the loom and then come all the way back around to the peg next to it and not connect it, and then make one huge large panel. This particular loom is a 1/2 inch gauge. This particular loom is 188 pegs. They have ones that are smaller gauge, and they have ones that are larger gauge. On this particular S looms from CinDwood Crafts, you can go from a baby size blanket all the way up to a queen size blanket, depending on which loom you get. So that is the S looms. They also have sock looms. So this is a new design right here. It's been out a little over a year, maybe 2 years. That Scarlet Royal was very instrumental in helping design. If you have not heard of her, I would highly suggest you check her out. She has a channel on YouTube as well as a Facebook page. This right here is the X loom. So the idea behind this is you can move these in and out, and to be able to increase and decrease. So that way your sock definitely looks very close to if you were to hand knit it. It makes the increasing and decreasing a whole lot easier. So that is one type of sock loom from CinDwood Crafts. They also have a 3/16 circular type, as well as a 1/4 inch. Again, when I say dimensions, I'm talking about the distance from one peg to the peg next to it. This particular loom, you can use fingering weight, and you can use even a DK weight if you want to make a little bit of a thicker sock. With the 1/4 inch or the 3/16 inch, this is perfect for fingering weight yarn. Now there are different sizes. This is 3/16 and it's a 64, which should be an average adult size. So you definitely want to look at that before purchasing a sock loom so that you know what type of sock it is intended to be made with. Another option for knitting socks with CinDwood Crafts is this one. Now, this particular loom is not marketed as a sock loom. It is marketed as a universal hat and scarf loom, meaning you could actually move these pegs in or out and go in a circular fashion and create a hat. I use mine to knit a pair of socks, 2 at one time. So I'm working on one half of the loom for one sock, and I'm working on the other half of the loom for the other. If socks aren't your jam, they've got little looms like this. This is considered one of their towel looms or a pot holder loom. I actually use mine to do a 10-stitch blanket. Some other options from CinDwood Crafts are the Mitten Limbs. This particular loom was designed for the patterns that Amanda Pratt of Hypnotic Hysteria has designed. She has designed fingerless gloves, and the idea behind this loom is that these colored pegs represent which size mitten you are making, whether it's the small, medium, or large. You have these 2 little extenders in here for increasing and decreasing, but this is also how you make the thumb hole. Okay, so I have made a couple of mittens from Amanda's pattern, but I like to do things either in tandem or at the same time, because I don't want to have one sock syndrome or one mitten syndrome. So I contacted CinDwood Crafts, and they so graciously, with Amanda's help, made a bigger loom so that I can do 2 mittens at the same time. So all I would need to do is take these 2 spacers out and put them over here on this loom in order to do the thumbs. This is a 1/2 inch gauge. It's a 15-inch loom, and it is marketed as the universal hat loom. But I'm showing you that you know, your possibilities are endless. Just because it is marketed as a hat loom, or as a sock loom, or as an Afghan loom, doesn't mean that is the only thing that you can do on that loom. These looms are all made by hand. This is MFD board. They put these pegs in there. They are a nylon type peg. They will even special make looms for you. All you have to do is contact CinDwood Crafts, give them your idea, and they will tell you if it's doable or not. So this one was handcrafted for me personally. This is 1/4 inch gauge. And I wanted to be able to do it in a rake fashion, which means that the yarn is not connected over here on the side. So basically it means I'm working back and forth. I wanted to be able to do two-tone type knitting, which means that it's going to be one color on one side and one color on the other. So your foreground and your background is going to be on one side. On the opposite side, the foreground and background colors are the opposite. I asked them to do the pink and the green pegs so that way I could keep up with which side was the front side and which side was going to be my back side. So that way if I ever sat the loom down, I wouldn't have a, it would be a lot easier to figure that out. So yes, they will custom make looms for you. There is a small charge. I believe at the time of the recording of this video, it is a $10 charge. And that is just so that they can come up with the design, put it into their system that cuts the actual board for them. And then they physically put every single one of these pegs in the loom for you by hand. So it does take a little bit longer, but the turnaround time is fantastic. They are in communication with you every step of the process. I had no issues with the custom made loom, and I really enjoy it. Like I said in previous videos, CinDwood Crafts is one of my favorite looms. If you could see my loom wall, you would agree. But these are just a few of the CinDwood looms that are available to you on the market. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If you have any questions or anything that you would like me to answer, please don't hesitate to comment below. And until next time, happy looming, guys. Bye.